everybody, it's Tuesday. Marcus, you may have met the president of Austria, and that's great, and that's like super exciting, right? But I went to a Latin convention. That was so incredible. I got this shirt. It says, "When there's harmony, there is victory." And this is now one of my favorite shirts because it will always bring back memories of my first JCL convention. JCL stands for Junior Classical League. There's a convention every year, and there's also nationals, but like I can't go to nationals because like family seeing and stuff, but I got to go to state. So I had an 8-hour bus ride to Vegas. This was the view outside my window for most of the time, except for like the tiny few minutes when we passed through a tiny town like Tonopah. I never even knew Tonopah existed before this trip. There were also other things like Goldfield, I think, was one. They all looked basically the same. I didn't get any pictures. Actually, I didn't get many pictures for like the whole of the trip. I got a few though. When we arrived, we got these schedules for how the weekend was going to roll out, Friday and Saturday. I also got to miss a day of school for this. Did I mention that? Yeah, that was awesome. Okay, first thing I did when I got to the school was turn in my flash drive with my project on it for the graphic arts competition. And it was very similar to my Horatia's Great Adventure, except it was Cincinnatus's Great Adventure. So yeah, I was like running. It was the first time I had run in several weeks, so that was fun. And then we got split into factions, and they were based on the colors of Roman chariot races. The red, Russati, white, Albati, green, and blue. I don't know what they were in Latin, but it's worth mentioning at this point that there were 4 different schools there, my school, and another one from Reno, and 2 from Las Vegas. And all of the schools were mixed up for the factions, and I was put into the Russati faction. Then there was the faction meeting, in which we chose participants for all activities which came the next day. Compose and practice spirit. Yes, we had the best cheers ever. Like, the song Hotline Bling, I've never actually heard it, but like, they did it. I know when Russati's here, all the other factions fear. I know when Russati's here, all the other factions cheer. And then it just repeats, but that was a good one. And then the childhood game Red Rover, you know that one? You probably end up breaking some bones at some point. Red Rover will run the whites over. Red Rover will run the blues over. Red Rover will run the greens over. That was a stroke of genius. Those were the main ones. There's also like Red Russati. Okay, and then there was dinner, and I had great company. I met some kids from other schools, and they were nerd fighters. And then we went to Laser Quest. It was a laser tag arena, and I played 1 round of laser tag, and then I played air hockey and watched air hockey and stuff like that. So that was fun day. Then we went to the hotel room, played some BS, and on the way back to the hotel room, we got this view, and we passed many famous landmarks because Las Vegas. Saturday is when it gets really exciting, guys. So first, the spirit competition. We didn't win the spirit competition, but it was so fun. We got to shout all of those awesome cheers. Then, candidate speeches. There's a board. It's students, and they like have roles in order to make JCL conventions awesome. Then there was academic testing. So there were some tests that you could take. There were a quite large variety of them. I took grammar, vocabulary, and derivatives, mottos, and phrases. Okay, and then there was Latin sight reading. You got a different passage to read according to your level. Then you go into the room, and then they score you on like inflection and continuity. And there was impromptu art. I did that kind of on and off throughout the day because there was this table with a bunch of craft supplies, and then you could make whatever you wanted to. Behold, Russati Pride. It's incredible, and it's super big, and it's going on my wall. It also has leaves on it because we made a banner for the spirit competition. All of the factions did. We put leaves on it because leaves are awesome. Okay, I have 11 minutes of footage so far. Moving on. Grape stomping. Oh my god, grape stomping. Okay. We didn't actually stomp grapes. There were teams of 4, one team from each faction. You had to like do like a trading off every 45 seconds. You had to smush all of the water balloons with your feet, except they were big water balloons, so they were really hard to squish. Lunch. Kirtamen. Okay, Kirtamen. So like I didn't sign up for it because I was told it was a trivia thing and I didn't think I would know enough trivia, but I watched like half of it and then I didn't watch it anymore because I couldn't bear to see Rusati we were kind of floundering and it was hard to watch.
4 rounds of 15 questions with 2 boni each. Toss up number 1 for any team. This god also carried the name Liber, which stemmed from his original Italian counterpart. Coming into the pantheon rather late from the exotic East, the Roman poet Ovid tells of many who rejected his divinity, such as Pentheus, who paid for the offense with his life. Who was this god, born of Jupiter's thigh, the master of...
Dionysus.
I cannot accept that. The master of revelry...
Bacchus.
Bacchus. Because I said Jupiter, I could not accept Dionysus. 10 points to green.
Yeah, so there was some stuff about culture, which I knew because of the Odyssey and Ovid, and there was also some stuff about language. And then, toga fit. Toga fit. So they weren't actually wearing togas, but there were teams of 4, one team from each faction again, and they had to do like 75 sit-ups, 75 jumping jacks, or burpees, sorry, and like flip the tire several times, and like lunges and laps, and oh my god. That was fun to watch, but probably not fun to do. And then there was kickball and Quidditch at that point. I really wanted to play Quidditch, and I was scrambling to get enough people from my faction to play Quidditch. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it. So that's a bit of a bummer. I just got to hang out with a bunch of people who love Latin just like me. So then there was That's Entertainment, which is basically a talent show, variety show. There were 4 acts. I was one of them, and I failed because I hadn't like actually rehearsed for it. I'm just like, we'll do it. I know a song. I'll do a rock song on the ukulele, because why the hell not? I had to borrow a ukulele from one of the teachers. The song was In the End by Black Veil Brides, and I butchered it so badly. I forgot half the words. I was like mixing lyrics from the 2 verses together, and then at one point I just said words because I couldn't even remember any of the lyrics anymore, and then I just did a chorus and I just ended, and oh my god, that was kind of embarrassing. But then like afterwards people complimented me, and it was sincere, so you know, I made it look authentic, and that's all that matters. The other acts were really good actually. And then there was the awards assembly. I won basically everything that I competed in. Because I wasn't expecting my name to be said at all, and then I'm like, whoa. And then there was the Walete Assembly, which means goodbye all. And that was a moment of sadness, because this thing is over. Except it's not quite over, because then we went bowling. Then we went back to the hotel, played more BS. And as a group of 4 roommates, we discovered an amazing show called Star versus the Forces of Darkness. And it's a cartoon, but it's really good. But yeah, that concluded JCL, except on Sunday we had an 8-hour bus ride back. I also read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe on the bus ride up, or down, to Las Vegas in 2.5 hours. It's a very short book. And now I'm in the middle of Prince Caspian, the 2nd one in publishing order, the 4th one in chronological order. And that was my weekend. Lacey, I'll see you tomorrow. Everybody else, I'll see you next week. Now I have like 23 minutes of footage to edit.